name is Tony, and for the next few minutes, I'm going to share some information with you about our beluga whales. First of all, I just want to thank all of you for coming today. We're excited that you're here, and I'm excited that I get to talk about Neiko and our two female belugas. Now, Neiko is our male beluga. He is approximately 19 years old, and he weighs in at a very trim 1,700 pounds. And some of you are probably wondering right now, why is he floating on his head? And we would tell you because he thinks it's fun. He does it quite a bit. And you know what? He is looking at you exactly as you are looking at him. They have very good eyesight underneath the water, and they are very social, curious animals. Now, we do have 3 belugas in this habitat. If you took a behind-the-scenes tour, you would see that this habitat is slightly curved like a C. So Natasha and Miras are behind that rock wall to our left, and hopefully they will come out into our viewing area before you walk away. Neiko, as I told you, he's about 19 years old, and Neiko came to us in October of 2005, about a month before we opened the aquarium. Previously to that, Neiko was living in an amusement park underneath a roller coaster. A group of American businessmen bought that amusement park. It was in Mexico City. And they very quickly realized that living underneath a roller coaster was probably not the best of homes for a beluga whale. There is one of the girls, that is Maris. Maris is 14 years old. Now when Neiko came to us, we were able to acquire him from that amusement park, and we are very happy he's living here with us now. But Neiko's even happier to be here, and let me tell you why. Before Neiko came to the Georgia Aquarium, he had never even seen a female beluga whale before. So he has 2 lovely ladies to live with him here now, and take a look at Neiko. He is looking right at you.
Look! Here I come, he's looking!
Having 2 lovely females to live with him now, Natasha and Maris are on loan to us for breeding purposes from the New York Aquarium. Now when I say breeding purposes, what do you think we're hoping for? A little beluga. We definitely are. Now even if we had a successful pregnancy today, it would be a while before we met that beluga calf, because the average gestation time for a beluga whale is anywhere between 14 and 16 months. Which usually gets a good growth from all my females in the audience. Now when that beluga is born, it can weigh up to 175 pounds and be 5 feet in length. Now if you take a look at me standing at this podium, I'm not really this tall. I'm about 5'1½", so give or take an inch or so, I'm about the length of a beluga at birth. After that beluga calf is born, the mother will nurse it for 2 to 3 years, so there's a very strong bond between mother and calf. The word beluga is actually a translation of the Russian word for white. If you were thinking beluga caviar, beluga whale, actually beluga whales are mammals, just like you and I. Beluga caviar comes from a white sturgeon fish that is found in the Caspian Sea. Beluga whales are indigenous to the Arctic and subarctic areas of our planet. Where they live, the water can be very cold in the 20s and 30s, and there is Maris once again. Maris is our 14-year-old female. Where they live in the wild, the water actually can freeze. We keep our water temperature at right around 55 degrees because scientists have told us that 55 degrees is the perfect mating temperature for beluga whales. So we are trying to do everything we can to encourage beluga love. A lot of people, when they walk up and they see our beluga whales, they will say to us, you know, they remind me of a dolphin. And we would tell you that you are correct in one sense, because beluga whales and dolphin are in the same family. But I want you to take a good look at the top of Neiko's back. Neiko is missing something that every species of dolphin has. Can anybody tell me what it is? A fin, a dorsal fin. Very good. Now, if you look at the top of Neiko's back, he does have a dorsal ridge. And remember a minute ago I was telling you about the fact that the water can freeze? If Neiko should happen to be caught underneath some frozen water, he would take that dorsal ridge, find a weak area of the ice, and he would hit the ice until it opened up an airway for him to breathe. Now, does anyone in my audience want to have a breath holding contest with Neiko? Just raise your hand. Nobody? Darn you. Okay, you ready? I'm so glad you want to play. Are you going to play? I'm going to count to 3, and you start holding your breath, okay? You ready? 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to tell the rest of you that if Neiko and Natasha and Maris wanted to, they could hold their breath for 30 minutes. You can start breathing. Thank you for playing, though. They have no predators and feel no threat here at the Georgia Aquarium, so you will see Neiko surface to get a breath of air several times a minute. Now, the biggest threat to the beluga whale is man and pollution. They are on their way to being endangered. In the wild, their predators are orca, giant walrus, and one of the largest land mammals that lives in the Arctic and subarctic. Who wants to take a guess? Polar bears. Way to go. Now, a minute ago when I was talking about that dorsal ridge, if beluga whales had a dorsal fin and Neiko had created an airway for them to breathe, that dorsal fin breaking the surface of that water would be like the golden arches to a polar bear.